I almost missed it. It started small, shorter replies, delayed responses, less emoji. Then came the email I'll never forget. We're just reevaluating our vendor list. Now, they didn't say we were too expensive. They didn't say we did anything wrong. They just didn't feel the connection anymore. That email hit like a gut punch. Not because we lost a deal, but because we lost the magic. That's the pain, according to a longtime listener turned client. That's the pain of what happens when your small business grows so fast that you risk losing that magic, when names turn into numbers, conversations turn into conversions, and suddenly your loyal customers start feeling more like strangers. Now, today's episode is about making darn sure that doesn't happen to you. Because here's the truth the naysayers don't want you to know. What they're not saying out loud, and that's AI isn't the death of human connection. It's your best shot at saving it. Hello, and welcome back, my fellow entrepreneurs. I'm Kim, your host of Small Business Big AI. And today, we're not talking robots replacing relationships. We're talking about the AI-powered cheers effect, how to scale your business without losing your soul. Now, using AI as your ultimate empathy engine, your chief listening officer, your personal assistant who remembers everyone's name and never gets tired, the place where everybody knows your name. This isn't about scaling efficiency. This is about scaling intimacy. And seated across from me, looking like he just finished re-engineering a yacht and closing a business deal before sunrise, is my co-host and resident strategist, Hal. Good morning, Hal. Now, be honest. How many fires have you already put out today?
Only 3. I'm pacing myself. I figure I'll save a few for this afternoon.
Pacing yourself, sure. Oh, but honey, here's the fire that we're lighting today. Entrepreneurs are scared that AI is going to make their business feel robotic, cold and transactional, like the DM I mentioned in the opener. They fear that their customers and employees will drift away because they really no longer feel known or valued in this AI era.
Yeah, forget likes, follows, or shares. We're talking real loyalty, the kind that builds unsinkable, unshakable brands, the kind that is all about feeling seen.
And that's what today's episode is all about. The AI cheers effect, how to scale intimacy and turn your business into a connection magnet. Now, if you want your business to be the place where everybody knows your name, even as you scale, you've got to flip the script.
Because the truth is, AI doesn't replace the relationships, it reveals the ones you're about to lose.
Uh-oh, mic drop. That's it. That's the episode. Hey, Hal, we can go home.
We are home.
Coming up, we're walking you through a real story of a business owner who almost lost the magic until she started using AI to listen better, remember smarter, and show up more human than ever. Now, you want the blueprint? We've got it. Want the stories? Well, buckle up. This is Small Business Big AI, and we're just getting started. Now, some of you listening, really, you may remember the actor George Wendt, the He was beloved as Norm from Cheers. He recently passed away. Now, Norm wasn't just a character. He was the essence of feeling welcomed and remembered and valued every single day. Now, that is the feeling that's important in your business.
Absolutely. Cheers wasn't never just about a bar. It was about belonging. Today's episode honors that legacy by showing how to create business culture where people genuinely feel they belong.
So let me share a little story about Carla. Now, she owns a cozy little independent bookstore just outside of Asheville. Now, picture brick walls, mismatched chairs, a sleepy cat in the window, and customers know her by name, or they used to.
Classic story, right? A business built on relationships starts growing, and suddenly everything starts slipping through the cracks.
Exactly. Now, Carla noticed the vibe changing. Regulars were trickling in less often. A longtime book club stopped reserving her space, and she couldn't put her finger on what was happening. But it felt off. Then one day, she got tagged in a blog post. A local sci fi reviewer had written a love letter to her bookstore's genre section, and she had no idea. She hadn't even seen the post, hadn't reached out. No thank you, no follow up, no magic moment.
That's when she realized she wasn't listening. Not at scale, anyway.
So she decided to change that. And this is where AI entered the story, but not in some Silicon Valley flying robot kind of way. She started with a basic Google alert. Her store name, a few keywords, nothing fancy. But within a week, she caught things she would have missed. Another blogger mentioned her mystery shelf. A former employee praised the way she trained her staff. Now, these weren't analytics, they were invitations.
And she answered them.
She reached out to the sci-fi blogger with a handwritten note and a free ticket to her next author Q&A. She updated her staff about the rave mystery reviews and asked what other genres they felt confident recommending. It became a conversation, a true connection. Now, Carla didn't just gather data. She created moments. That's what we mean by scaling intimacy.
And AI helped her catch the whisper before it became a goodbye.
So if you're listening right now and wondering, how do I hold onto the heart of my business as I grow? Well, this is it. You don't need a massive tech stack. You need a mindset shift, a system that helps you listen better, remember smarter, and reach out more intentionally.
Start small. Start with one alert, one insight, one unexpected thank you.
Because just like Carla, you don't need more tools. You need more touch. And the right AI setup doesn't make you less human. It gives you the bandwidth to show up like never before. Now, coming up, Hal and I are going to break down how you can set up your own listening system in under 20 minutes with zero overwhelm and max impact. You ready, Hal?
Born ready, let's go.
Join our growing community of small business owners who are using AI to transform their businesses. Subscribe and be part of the conversation. All right, Hal, time to crank up the heat. Now you're officially in the hot seat.
Is it weird? I actually like this part. Nothing like tackling tech trauma live on the air.
That's how we roll in the world of technology-enabled superpowers.
That's right.
So how? Now, it's always the same whisper in my DMs, or even if we're at conferences or I'm at the coffee bar. Now, people lean in and they say, "Okay, Kim, Google Alerts." Now, that sounds helpful, but the moment I try it, I end up buried in junk mail and really bad headlines. So, how do I actually use it without wanting to throw my laptop into the sea?
Oh, yeah. I call that inbox whiplash. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. You're looking for one sip of insight, and bam, Niagara Falls.
So let's fix that, honey. Right here, right now. Here's your fix: specificity over splash. Now, for your Google alert, don't just plug in the word marketing or AI. You'll get the entire internet. Instead, treat it like a forensic investigation. So think Rosie's riveting robots and customer review.
Or better yet, add a minus sign, like minus sign, job openings. That's my secret weapon. It's like telling Google, no, I don't want a career listing from the year 2012.
Yeah, that minus sign can be powerfully efficient, Hal. Okay, so next, let's filter by source. Are you a local business? Well, set your alerts to news and blogs only. You don't need Reddit threads from Romania or, when you're interested in, let's say, Lake Nona, Florida.
Like that. Great place to do business.
Exactly how.
And for the love of your sanity, change the frequency of your alerts to once a day, not as it happens, unless you like waking up to 37 alerts before breakfast.
Yeah, no one needs a 5 a.m. news flash about robots in Bangkok. Trust me.
Then batch it, skim it, sip it like a cold glass of fresh squeezed orange juice, not a gallon of that reconstituted stuff.
And here's the part most people miss: review and refine. If it's not useful after a week, then tweak it. Add a word, remove one. This is not set it and forget it. This is set it and sculpt it. When done right, Google Alerts becomes your AI powered listening post. You're not drowning in noise, you're catching the whisper that matters.
And you turn it into a conversation your customers didn't even know they needed.
And boom, hot seat defused. Ready to unlock the power of AI for your business? Well, don't just listen. Become a small business big AI insider. Subscribe and get ready to dominate. So we've tackled the tech, but let's zoom out, Hal. What we're really talking about isn't just clever hacks or inbox triage. This is about a seismic shift in how you run your business.
It's the difference between reacting to complaints and sensing disconnection before it shows up in the numbers.
Exactly. It's about running your company like a radar tower for relationships, not just spotting danger, but catching the quiet cues of loyalty, of curiosity, of drifting attention before they vanish.
That's what AI is giving us, the gift of early insight, not more noise, but earlier signal.
And when you use this gift right, you become one of those rare brands, the ones that feel inevitably personal, agile, empathetic, almost telepathic.
You stop competing on price and start winning on trust.
And that's what we mean when we say a technology enabled superpower, not just efficiency, but empathy at scale.
And that's something big brands can't fake. You already have the human edge. AI just hands you the amplifier.
Now, here's the final mindset shift. AI isn't replacing your care, it's reminding you where to apply it.
It's your backstage crew feeding you cues, signals, names, moments.
So, your front stage, the service, the experience, the conversation, can be unforgettable.
And if that's not how you build the next generation of beloved brands, I don't know what is.
Let's take a quick breather here. If you're enjoying the episode and picking up some valuable insights, make sure to subscribe to Small Business Big AI on your favorite podcast app so you never miss out on future conversations. And hey, if you know someone who could use this information, go ahead and share it with them too. So Hal, before we wrap up today, I'd like to bring a few things to light that may be of concern to our listeners.
Yeah, Kim, both Moonshots with Peter Diamandis and the guys from the All In podcast brought up some interesting ideas.
Yeah, and we want to stay ahead of this. Give you the information so that you can make empowered decisions, not just for your business, but for your mindset.
Because let's be honest, there's a lot of noise out there right now. Some say AI is coming for your job, your team, your entire business model. Others say it's a dawn of a new economic boom with more opportunity than we've ever seen in a generation.
And maybe it's both. Disruption and opportunity, fear and freedom. But here's the kicker. It's not the tech that decides what happens next. It's you.
Exactly. Your mindset is a multiplier. Are you using AI to cut corners or to create connection, to automate people out, or to elevate the work they're best at?
So Peter Diamandis calls it the exponential mindset. It's about playing bigger, not just faster. It's seeing AI not as an enemy, but as an amplifier of what makes you and your team irreplaceable.
In the All In crew, even with all the debate, one truth stood out. When the economy grows, when business invests wisely, jobs follow. Innovation doesn't eliminate work, it transforms it.
So here's our challenge to you, listeners. Don't buy into doom and don't blindly ride the boom. Be intentional. Stay human. Use this moment, this tool to listen better, serve smarter, and lead with heart.
Because the most powerful AI tool in your business is still you.
Now that's it for today's episode of Small Business and Big AI. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now, remember that DM we talked about in the open? That subtle drift, the quiet goodbye before you even realize something was wrong? That's the moment you fight for. And what I hope you're taking away today is this. AI isn't what distances you from your customers. It's what helps you hear them more clearly, more consistently, and more compassionately.
It's how you scale without slipping, how you turn risk of growing cold into a system for staying warm.
Exactly. That's the cheers effect. And in this age of automations and algorithms, it's your edge. So don't be intimidated by the tech. Be excited by the opportunity. You're not just building a business, you're building a place where people feel known.
And that's the kind of business no robot can replicate.
Now, until next time, keep embracing change, keep innovating with heart, and remember, the future of your business is bigger than you think. And the steps you take today will shape the legacy you build tomorrow. Now, I'm Kim.
And I'm Hal. And this has been Small Business, Big AI. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you in the next episode.